What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Arie. Welcome back to another Late Nights with Arie. Welcome back to another podcast. I'm your host, Arie Moore, the Arie Moore, and I'm back. Hey, guys. Welcome back to motherfucking Naughty Tuesdays. As you can see, I have a guest. You over here trying to chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
Not at all.
You're not scared at all? Well, go ahead and introduce yourself to the channel since you're not scared.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Antonio Edward. I'm a photographer located in Louisville, Kentucky. Shoot mostly on the East Coast. Right now, it's relegated to kind of a hobby situation because I got a full-time. But I've done photography now for about 5 years, and about 2.5 of those years was primarily photography, running my own photography company and a couple other ventures with and through photography.
You have a specialty as far as the pictures that you take the most.
I mean, that's what people...
How did you end up taking pictures of mainly women and being sexual and, you know?
Well, so just to kind of put it on context, I didn't always do that. So when I first started shooting anything, I was shooting a lot of like alleyways and fire escapes and this kind of contrast and texture and just things that I was seeing that was like kind of catching my interest.
Right.
And then I started putting people in front of those things.
Wow.
Which opened up a whole world that I wasn't ready for, nor did I expect.
Really?
Just it's something that I kind of latched onto quickly.
Yeah.
So within like 6 months, I was doing covers and stuff and doing like really,
You have a very unique eye. Like your work, like, I'm not going to try to say this in a wrong way, but it's the only way I can describe this. I've seen you work with people that I, in person, have not found attractive, but when they get behind your camera, they look completely different. Like, how do you even do that?
Well, it's a combination of things, right? So obviously it's angles and posing, but the other half of what I do, I'm an image creator. Right. More than I'm a photographer. That's what I always tell people. Like, I'm an okay photographer, but I think I'm a pretty good image creator. So my editing, is something that I've also kind of been known for, and I've been hired to do editing for other people and that kind of thing. So I kind of sit in that industry too. But I do what I call glamour edits. It's industry edits. It's edits that everyone is seeing on Instagram with all the Kim Kardashian and all that, right? Like,
well, you are
that's what that is. So
do you ever tweak women's bodies? Because I swear that picture you did of me, I said, hold on now.
Sure.
I just know my body would look like that.
So what I do, so there's an art to it, right?
Right.
And before I did photography, I was a musician for like 20 years.
Okay.
And that was a real easy transition into photography because it's kind of similar in a way.
How is that?
It's never what you put in, it's what you don't put in. At some point, you get to a level where you know all the tricks, right?
Right.
And it's very hard not to just do all the tricks. Okay. Because you kind of trick yourself into seeing it. And you're like, this is slick, this is commercial. Right. But the real talent lies in what you don't do. So you have to be able to what I do is I try to make it look like the best angle possible. Right. It's still that person, but I capture that person in the best angle, the best pop. Right. And all of that. So it's still them. It's still, they're still living in that image. But it's going to be usable. It's going to be a great image.
How do you deal with someone that comes to you, they're booking you for a photo shoot, but they're extremely insecure behind the camera? How do you handle yourself in that situation? Because I know women can be like, I don't know. And once we find something on us that we don't like, we try to cover it up the most. How do you handle that? Like if you see it beautiful through your lens, but they don't.
Well, so I work with a lot of people that are getting photographed for the very first time. Right. So, I would say 99.9% of all first timers are just really, really nervous, and it's a really new experience for them. So the first thing that you really do is kind of have to make a connection, and really get them to kind of open up and be themselves. Right. And not think so much about I'm going to be under a camera lens and that kind of thing, and just kind of understand who they are and get them, let them get comfortable. And then what I normally do is about 15 minutes of light / ramp up. And I mean, not shoot. You kind of have to have the experience to kind of read what's going on. Exactly. So if you see the model is really kind of like still kind of closed up. Well, maybe we won't shoot right away. Maybe we'll just keep talking. I'll keep adjusting things.
Set the mood.
Yeah. You know, and just kind of go into it slower. And then, you know, also what you kind of start shooting and, you know, how you approach the shoot in the beginning kind of sets the pace and the tone for the whole shoot. So there's a lot of things that go on. And I'm not the only one that does this. This is like a known thing. You really have to be able to be aware psychologically,
right,
when you're shooting with somebody, and you have to really be able to respect them and allow them to be comfortable, and to be a part of the creative process.
That's very true.
You know, because I feel like once they're a part of it, it's easier to kind of relax, and you get more genuine, authentic emotion out of the.
That's very true. I remember my first time in front of the camera, wearing lingerie, was with a male photographer, and he made me feel extremely comfortable. Like, I was so scared. I was like, can I put my jacket back on? And I was like showing just my shoulder or showing more leg, but I wasn't really comfortable showing my entire body.
Right.
But by the time the end of that photo shoot came, I was taking everything off. I was like, actually, I feel good, because he didn't pressure me. Like, you got to be in front of my camera naked. You got to show your ass. You got to show your titties. You got to poke your booty out. Like, he was just setting the tone. And he made me feel so comfortable, so it ended up coming natural. Now look at me now, 2 years later, I can't get enough of it.
And there's a responsibility with that, right? So if it would have been a bad experience, would you have
done it again?
Done something differently?
I don't think I would have, honestly, because originally I booked him to do it.
Right.
But I didn't know I was going to be afraid. Right. You know, once I was in front of the camera and he had the lights on me, I was just like, okay, I should have did this with a female versus a male for my first time. I didn't think that through, but had he not given me a good first experience, I probably wouldn't have done it again.
That's right back to the question asked. I feel like I didn't give it a real answer.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot of people know me for like a boudoir photographer, right?
Yes.
But I shoot so much other stuff.
Yes.
It's just that is what a lot of people come to me for.
Right.
And that kind of, I guess I do it in a way that people like, so I get a lot of requests to do it.
Okay.
So one of my rules is so that there's never any confusion about, boundaries or anything like that.
Right.
Is I let the models choose their wardrobe.
Exactly.
100% of the time, unless it's a concept and I bring in somebody in and we talk about the wardrobe and what I want to shoot. Otherwise, if it's just a session, the model always chooses their wardrobe. So anything that you see that I post out there, that model chose that, and that's what they came to me to shoot. Now, I guess I probably do have a reputation for being able to shoot that well. So a lot of people that want to shoot that seek me out.
Yes.
So I end up shooting, I think, a disproportional amount of boudoir.
Right.
Versus, I shoot a lot of like fantasy, just like sci-fi. I've done elves. I've done a lot of different things, fairies.
Do you have a favorite? Like half fashion, like
I would say high fashion for sure.
Okay.
I've worked with some amazing designers and been able to shoot some amazing models, and luckily get published and get on actual rack magazines.
Right.
With some of these people, and it's just a different experience when you're shooting somebody's vision.
Right.
And they sewed, they created it, they put it together. And then you have the model doing her thing or his thing, and then you have the makeup artist, and then me, and then it's a collaboration that kind of is reminiscent of when I was playing bands.
Right.
Because you have so many creatives that are lending stuff to it, and it truly becomes bigger than what you could have done.
Right.
So those are the images, and in my mind, they're the most striking, and they're editorial, avant-garde, fashion, high fashion. So if I could do that full time, if that could just be my lane,
mm-hmm.
I'd be happy with that.
I love that. With what you do, how does that affect your dating life? Having all these beautiful women around you. I know we had this conversation briefly before, but you knew I was going to ask you that on camera because I feel like there might be somebody on the other end of this screen that needs that information as far as how to handle their date life.
Well, I have to tell you that if anybody out there uses my dating life, especially in the modeling scene, they're probably ill-informed.
You can light your stuff up.
That don't work. I already tried it.
It's not working?
It didn't work for me.
It's working for me.
I just don't want to do it. So it's It's been crazy. So first of all, I never expected it to be what it is.
Right.
You gotta remember that when I started shooting, I never intended to be a photographer. I never, I played bass in a hip hop rock band.
Right.
We were doing shows. I was happy with that, and I picked up a camera, and it just exploded. And I'm coming from I've always been in bands and around music and around music.
Right.
Much different than what I was about to walk into. So, and then not really expecting to be good. I didn't know there was a scene. I didn't know there was a clique. I didn't know there was Facebook groups.
Right. It's so much out there.
I never really thought that anybody would want to shoot with me, right? Like, I was shooting my son, just trying to, like, learn light. Right. And doing a horrible job, but just doing it. I thought it was kind of really cool. And so when I got into the scene, when I started kind of realizing there was a scene, I just started shooting. It was either working or shooting 100% of the time, or editing. Back then it was really, really just, I wouldn't even call it editing. And the people that I was around, I started getting hit on. Yeah. And these are beautiful women. And, and you're working with them, you're spending time with them, and, and relationships sprouted out of that.
Yeah. Relationships with the women that you were shooting? Or just the flirtatious ways affecting the relationship that you was in?
No, relationships with models, or models. Wow. So, early on, like I said, you're shooting, you're working with these people, and there's mutual reciprocation and
chemistry,
and you're spending time, and next thing you know, you're in a relationship. Yeah, I guess it's not quite. Well, I guess it was.
And you're a good-looking guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not gonna even lie. You're a good-looking guy. So I can see why anybody would want to even try it. In his pictures too. So it's like the best of both worlds.
I dated beautiful women before photography.
Yes.
Like, that's not new.
Yes. But dating models, that has to be complicated.
It's very complicated.
Why do you think it's complicated on your end?
Both sides is complicated. So if I date non-models, they're jealous, or they're secure, or there's like something pops up and they want me to tone it down or pull it back or stop it right away, right?
Yes.
And not all that, but it always seems to somewhat creep in.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're dating a non-model, are you open with that person? Like, okay, I was working with this model today and she hit on me. Are you that open in your relationship? Because you'll be saying too much.
I don't know, man. If someone just hit on me and I shut it down and it's no harm, no foul, and it's not good, like, I don't know if I'll come home and just be like, hey, this person hit on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because I wouldn't do it.
Why kind of like you handle it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why I come home and now it's like,
you didn't engage into that, so it's really no conversation to be going.
So it wouldn't make me any difference, really.
Just an ego boost.
In that situation, I probably wouldn't. It depends on how it was handled, right?
So I'm gonna shut it down. Is there issue that you don't know how to handle yourself around beautiful women? Could that be the issue?
No, I think I know how to handle myself really well.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why do you think you're actually single? Because it can't just be all about the pictures that you're taking. It has to be.
Oh, it's definitely not. That's just complicates, like, meeting somebody and kind of getting to that next level. Yes. But so I've been in 2 serious relationships.
Okay.
Over the last 5 years.
That's not bad. Just 2 relationships? Yeah. That's not bad.
And then I was in a relationship recently, but it was a really short relationship.
Okay.
But 2 serious long-term relationships.
Okay.
So 3 relationships total, probably over the last, like, 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So one was a year, one was 3 years, and then, like I said, I was seeing somebody for about 6 months, about 6 weeks. So,
Oh, just 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That was fast.
So I don't.
Tell me about that one. 6 weeks is short.
Yeah, it was. It was a short thing, and it we just didn't work out.
More of lust than anything?
No, actually not. Like, to be honest, I'm not a really sexually driven person. Especially like I enjoy sex much as the next person, but in a relationship situation, or when I'm talking to somebody, or when I'm, when I see somebody that I'm attracted to, it's never really about sex. Not anymore. Maybe when I was younger.
Yeah, because we're kind of at that age where it's like, tired of playing games. Sex really ain't the answer to all things. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So sex is easy.
Yeah, it is. You can get it from anybody. You can pay somebody to do what you need.
But to be honest, over time, being somebody that's never really had a problem meeting people. Right. I'm very outgoing. I feel like I can talk well, I'm intelligent, right?
Yes.
Like, so I've always, dated or talked to somebody, and I've taken breaks after like breakups. I wanted to like kind of like find myself again and kind of like reconstruct and everything. But then, I don't like being alone. So,
that could be an issue too. A lot of us don't like to be alone. I love hearing it from a male's perspective because I know women, we definitely don't want to be alone. So we're always looking for somebody, and we don't like to admit it, but we want somebody
in a relationship. I'm my best self.
Really?
Like when I'm single, I feel like I don't. I feel like I take more risks with what I'm doing, and I'm not, because there's no one else to consider.
That's true.
In a lot of things I'm doing.
That's true.
So I take more risk. And then when I'm in a relationship, I'm a builder. So I'm always thinking about how can I build, how can I put this person, in what they want to do and help them. So, I'm a big on support. I'm big on, just trying to improve that person's life. But you asked me why I'm single, but you asked me.
Yeah, we're going to actually get about to that. No, and I know because you told me you was going to do that, so it's okay because I might actually get it out of you. But
I had an answer to that, though.
I want to, because I'm going to lose my train of thought. You said that when you are in a relationship, you're more of a builder, and outside of a relationship, you're more of a risk taker. I find that being opposite for me. When I'm out of a relationship, I'm more of a builder because I feel like I have more of a point to prove. Like, okay, I don't need a man. I got this. I can pay my bills. I got a job. I can go back to school. Women got a point to prove when they're single, so they kind of do everything right. And then when we get into relationships, everything falls on the men. Y'all start providing. It's like, oh, let him provide then. You're the man, right? Oh, pay the bills. You're the man, right? That's kind of, I love that. That's the two different perspective.
But so for some context, I was married for a really long time. I married my high school sweetheart. Yeah, we got together when she was 16.
That is tea.
And then we had our first son when I was 18.
You a dad?
I'm a grandfather.
You did it.
I'm a grandfather. I got 3.
You literally said I was shooting my son. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
How old do you think I am?
Y'all, we're going to blame it on this because y'all know I'll be slow sometimes. I think you are in your late 30s. No?
I'm 47 years old.
Gosh, Leesh, you look good. Oh my gosh. I gotta show you a picture of my dad.
Is your dad 47?
Man, he older than you, but he look good as hell.
Hey, I don't know, man. I see people like down at the high school with.
Yeah.
They look like 65 years old. Like,
I know.
Like I did crazy party shit too. Like
I did too. But they started doing some real hardcore drugs or something. They went beyond smoking weed and drinking a little occasional wine.
My beard started turning gray this year. It wasn't.
But it don't look bad.
And I'm like, man, I feel like I look like Santa Claus.
Bro.
I feel like I look old as hell with it.
You low-key look like Santa Claus. Then as you said, he said that's fucked up. If you let it get longer.
Hey, but you know what I said?
Yeah.
People come sit on my lap. Well, not people. But...
That's why your ass is single.
No, but for real. So I was married a long time. So like, I feel like I'm domesticated. Like being single sucks. It really does. But the problem is I was in a marriage for so long. Like we got divorced when I was 40. So 16.
Wow. Damn. 40. So you didn't even recover because you said you're 47. You've been in a relationship. Exactly.
The first 2 years, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know what life was. I was like, I lost everything. Like, had the big house and the koi pond, fucking double deck thing with the pool.
She took everything.
Nah, we just sold them.
Okay.
We're still best friends. Like we grew up together.
Let's go.
I mean, we did some really terrible things to each other, but we are kind of like family.
That's good. You are family.
We still text about the kids. She's got her dude. Like, he's good to her. I'm happy for that. Okay. And I tell everybody that I meet, I'm like, yeah, me and my ex is like, we're close. Like she'll.
That can scare women away too, because women are so insecure.
I've never had that. I've always had people that were like, yeah, that's good.
I think it's good.
But a lot of people have had some real fucked up baby daddy issues. Yeah. They just like, I wish I had that.
Yeah, I wish I had it. You know, I have 5 kids and I don't have that at all.
So that's just my people. So, but I never had nobody trip about that.
Yeah.
Photography for sure, but not with my relationship with my ex.
Well, that's good. Because you don't want nobody to mess that up. Yeah. So. How long she's been, she married? How long she been in this new relationship?
Almost 2 years.
Since you got split, is this her first? Her first. Oh, that means a lot. Yeah. She's serious. She gave herself time.
No, she did, for sure.
I love that.
She got in LA for a little while.
Wow.
So,
how many grandkids you got?
I got 3. Broke this shit.
You probably didn't break it. Let me see. It's broke. You over here being all rough.
I got 3 grandkids. I got 2 granddaughters and a grandson. And that's by my oldest son.
What kind of grandparent are you? Are you the fun one? Like you spoil them rotten because you didn't get to do it to your kids?
You don't have like the stress that you have when you got kids, right? Like sometimes there's bad shit going on. You got to yell at them and shit. Like, yeah. Well, grandkids, I don't have them with my situation. I don't have that. So it's just all love.
Yeah. I can't wait to be a grandma. And I know that's crazy, but I don't want a lot of grandkids though. I just want like 2 or 3.
You got kids?
So I have 5.
You got 5 kids?
Mm-hmm. What's their ages? Oh my gosh. We have 6, 8, 9, 10, and 13.
Oh, God. Bless y'all.
I know. It gets a little crazy in our house, believe me. I have 4 girls and 1 boy. My oldest is a boy. He's chill. It's the girls I'm more worried about because they act just like me. Okay, so you ready for the juicy stuff?
I'm ready for it.
I think you're ready. I think we gave him enough time to kind of will himself in. Yeah. So we're going to start off by answering some fan questions, okay? My supporters, they have some questions for you. Okay. And let's see if you can answer them. What position or act got you to have your first orgasm? And elaborate.
I don't know my first orgasm.
You don't?
I mean, I'm sure it was by myself.
Yeah, everybody.
It was masturbation. So me and probably like some jerk emotion.
He's like, I was in it. That's like.
I would imagine that was my first orgasm. I bet I'm 100% correct.
Was you at your mom's house?
By that part, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, because I live with my mom and dad, so.
Yeah. Did you watch porn? Like what?
Oh, yeah. My mom and dad used to have, my mom and dad were freaks. My mom was a freak especially.
They had magazines, didn't they? Huh? They had magazines.
They had everything.
Damn.
Everything. My mom had dildos and shit, man. When I was a kid, I walked in there. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
You know what's funny? You know the rose?
Yeah.
I had one on my dresser, and my daughter was like playing with it. Was like, this is such a pretty rose. And I was like, I smacked it out.
Yeah, all the new shit looks like something else.
It do.
Back in the day, it was just dicks. Everywhere. Like big ass dicks. Big dicks. I was like, whoa.
Big black dicks.
I walked in there. I don't know what the hell was going on.
That's very true. I've never seen sex toys in my mom's room, but her and my dad kept the door locked. So we couldn't get in for nothing.
I used to take the nail and put in the hole. I was smart when I was a kid.
What? Yeah, have you ever caught your parents having sex?
Man, I just said they were freaks. They did not give a fuck about that.
Really?
Man, they had. I'm not even doing like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do them like that. Don't do them like that. That's her. You tell them.
I'm not going to.
What? Yeah. Oh, you said they what?
They're both past. I'm not doing them like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard them plenty of times.
Wow.
Yeah.
I walked in on my dad giving my mom head before, and she watches my videos, and I wonder if you remember that day, but she tried to act like she was asleep, and my daddy he had his head between her legs, he was still kind of, and she was like.
She know that story, or she just found it out?
She looked right at me.
Oh, damn.
And then she tried to act like she was asleep.
Supposed to keep that, like.
Mama, in case you try to erase that memory from your head, it was when we lived on Central Avenue and y'all had that room in the basement. I was traumatized. I could not unsee that shit. I couldn't unsee it.
I can't unsee it now. I wasn't even there.
You said I wasn't even there. No, literally, she tried to act like she was asleep, like that was going to change what was happening. Because it's like, did it?
When I was doing that to a recycle phenom, the little boy, I was never a little boy was just sitting there staring right at it.
Oh my goodness.
I was saying he's littering. I hit the door. Things was just getting started. So
we was just
one time she'd be loud, and I don't know. I just felt something, and I was like, he was just looking right at us, kind of like, oh my God. I ended up giving him my hat. I had like a Sonic starter hat.
And he was just like, here you go, buddy. Run along. This is what's funny. When you're a kid, you see it, but you don't know what you're looking at. Because I didn't really...
I man. I was super sexual super early. Like,
oh, see, I wasn't.
Because they had those VHS tapes. So I used to watch them and then like rewind them back to where I started from so that they wouldn't know I was watching them.
Wow.
I was like slick with that, like the exact second, to put them at the exact place.
Really?
At a young age, yeah. I had cable in my room when I was like...
Did you watch those sex channels that come on at midnight?
Like around 11 o'clock, they had like these basically porns that just had the penetration edited out, but they were porn.
Yeah, that's true. Those was the days. But I didn't start watching that till I was a teenager.
I was a kid.
So like under 10 or...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew that those channels were on in my room.
I wonder if my son's watching like porn.
Hey.
And he's 13. You think he's already done channel? He said that, hell yeah. 13. Okay. When I look at him, I just see such an innocent boy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go through this phone. See, I don't go through my son's phone because I don't want to see, like, I don't want to be like,
you don't want to see that.
I don't want to see anything. Like,
search history, you don't want to see that, man. You don't want to see that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If not, okay, I need to wrap my head around it. I gotta wrap my head around it. Okay, let's go to the next question. Where was the most naughty place you perform a sexual act? I like how she said naughty because Naughty Tuesdays. Thank you, girl.
Was the naughtiest place.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to ask you this next question because I don't know what it is.
I'm sure there's more that I'm just not thinking of. One was in a Kohl's dressing room.
Wow.
Yeah. And the other one was in a park, a fairly busy park.
So I feel like everybody might have did a park at Kohl's?
On the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the open?
In the open.
Daytime, nighttime? Oh, all right.
People.
Have you had sex in your Jeep yet? You gotta let me buy that. Gotta let me buy the car.
I don't think so.
Not yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's time to break that damn car in. With the doors off? No, I'm saying that's what you need to do. That shit would be lit.
I'm tall, man.
I mean,
so like even like I late.
But like pull a seat back.
I mean, it can be done. Don't get me wrong.
It can be done. The seat's back. You got the doors off.
Yeah.
And she can just ride.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be some shit right there.
Out in the woods, you can do all that shit. I mean, I plan to do it. I just.
Hell, I plan to do it. Oh, how do you know you lying? I just gave you an idea. You about to call all your hoes. Hey, you want to do the Jeep real quick?
I feel like my reputation isn't warranted.
Yeah.
For real. I'm boring. For real. I work a lot. Yeah. I'm vice president of a company, man. Like, I work in basically 24/7. Then all photography I do is just so much time.
Yeah.
It's so much time. And women want time.
So it's also time for you to have sex in that Jeep.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let me know when you do it.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm like, give me the tea. Let me know. Well, I'm your bestie.
There's like a lot of like Jeep sex songs.
Ooh. Huh.
A lot of like Jeep sex songs.
Tell me about Kohl's though. How do you get away with having sex at a fucking retail store? What was she sucking dick?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little quick.
Yeah, it looked quick. It was unexpected though, and I didn't expect it from her. And that's right. Cool. Like it was a little out of character for where we was at in our relationship.
Right.
So like when she did, I was like, all right, like it's okay.
One of her friends said, I'm gonna need you to do something a little spicy for him today. She was like, I got you, girl. I'm gonna tell you all about it when I'm done. Yep. You said I doubt it. So was this the 6-week girl?
Nah.
Who was it?
It was the year girl.
The year girl?
Yeah.
What she look like?
Beautiful.
Okay. Describe her.
Not.
Uh-oh. So if you describe her and I was to go on your Facebook, would I be able to?
No.
Then describe her.
No. Least. I'm doing it. I'm not doing it.
We don't. Do like, you a tough nut to crack.
My exes are they ain't playing.
They crazy. So who they gonna come for? Me or you?
Me.
Cause y'all want them brows. Y'all can come on the podcast though. We can talk shit about him all day. Okay.
Everything's real calm. Like I ain't got no drama.
That's good.
No drama, so I don't want to drama. And plus, I never want to like disrespect or talk bad about any ex. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody.
You wasn't talking bad about her.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't.
Did she give you good head?
I don't want to. Nah. Like she wouldn't.
Cause that was a compliment.
She wouldn't like that.
She was a good girl.
She was a very good.
I could respect that for the sake of the good girl image. We're gonna respect that, but we know
all these people
we know you're naughty now.
So here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Like so as a photographer who obviously has a following and you know people kind of pay attention to you, and if you date somebody that is kind of on the same level, right? Mm-hmm. Your relationship's public.
That's true.
Like everything. Like I've had breakups smeared all over social media. And,
really?
Oh my God. Like I've had. Yeah.
When I met you, I thought you was this quiet photographer, like, but I knew I wanted to work with you, and I'm happy that we did, but I wouldn't have expected.
I gotta remember I was a musician for like 20-something years.
I didn't know that.
And photography was just given to me. And it was like, oh, I'm good. So then I have all this responsibility.
Yeah.
That I all these things I have to consider and all these different ways that I have to make sure that I navigate.
Right.
And I didn't always make the best decisions.
That's true.
So, and I have to, you know, obviously I have to wear that, but everybody grows, everybody's.
What's the biggest mistake you've made as a photographer? Or just, not even just as a photographer, but in general?
After that crazy ass what's my biggest mistake ever in my life?
That one mistake that always lay on the back of your head, like, damn, if I...
Man, I don't know. That's a heavy ass question. That's a heavy question.
I'll go first. One of the biggest mistakes I made was, and I don't want to say that it was a mistake, but I had my son when I was 16, and I was just being introduced to modeling. I had a lot of opportunities and stuff. So when I got pregnant, I wasn't able to take opportunities that would have actually pushed me to a whole nother level. That's one of my biggest mistakes. But I love my son to death, you know. But if I can go back in time, I would have made some smarter choices as far as like having sex young and not using protection and just trying to be grown.
I think one of my biggest mistakes is I wish I could have been a better father when my kids were younger because I was really young.
Wow.
You know, I was really young when they were really young. So like I feel like if I just could have, you know, if I could have paid more attention to them instead of being, you know.
I feel like that with my son.
And I feel like me and the oldest two would have a better relationship.
Yeah.
Me and my youngest one, we have a good relationship because I was older, he was young.
Right.
And a whole different style of upbringing.
Yeah.
So I think I would choose that because of having people in face.
Yeah. You don't realize that. My son watched me go from relationship to relationship. He watched me be homeless, not homeless, homeless, not homeless. He went through the mud with me.
Right.
But one of the biggest gifts I feel like I've been able to give to him is the lifestyle that we have now. You know, he'll tell me like, man, I'm so proud of you. And it means a lot hearing it from him because we grew up together damn near, you know? So if my son can sit there and say, Mom, I'm proud of you, I'm doing something right. So the only gift you can give to your past is how you handle yourself today.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you can control.
That's all you can control.
Yeah.
That's it. I love that. Okay, I'm about to ask you another question. Okay. What they say? No, we're not answering that. Do you know what snowballing is?
Yeah.
What is it? Because I don't know.
That's when you come in a girl's mouth and
okay.
She spits it in the other girl that they use that threesome's mouth. Or maybe a foursome or whatever's going on, right?
That's snowballing?
Yeah, when they trade come.
Why is it called snowballing?
It doesn't even need to be a girl. Let me stop being misogynist, right? Like, it could be anybody, but as long as swapping come, you know what I'm saying?
So, the male has to come or the female has to, like, it don't matter?
It's gotta be sperm.
You take it and you spit it in the next person's mouth, and they take it and they spit it in the next person's mouth. Yeah. It's called snowballing?
Yeah.
Why was I thinking snowballing was like teabagging a little bit, like dipping, I don't know. Damn, I feel fucking stupid. Have you ever done it? Yeah. Oh. It must not be no black people shit. I don't think so, because I've never. You think so? I know it is. Have you ever been with a black girl?
Yeah.
Who has better sex?
Color on that.
Okay, nice save. Nice save. How old was you when you had your first orgasm? You said, but we kind of already went over that. Sorry, we're gonna skip over that, darling. What is subspace and what is aftercare? Well,
so subspace. I'm not 100% sure what subspace means, but sub obviously means submissive, right? So
right.
It must have something to do with like the submissive,
dominant,
synergy in some sort of sexual relations.
Okay.
But aftercare is like after you have sex, after you come, it's the rubbing and the cuddling and the coddling and stuff that you like to do, and
right.
Saying like it feels good, and it's aftercare.
So aftercare to me sounds like you just destroyed my body and now you have to take care of me until I recover because you just fucked me up. Right. That's basically what it is.
Right. So it's on both sides.
Wow.
And subspace, I would imagine it's something, like I said, submissive something. I don't know.
The person that asked me this question is actually a photographer. Mm-hmm. And yeah. So that's kind of funny. He's a freak.
Yeah. Sure is a lot of freak photographers.
Have you ever jacked off to images that you got? Hell no.
I have. 100%.
He might not have.
100% from the very first second that somebody allowed themselves for me to capture their image, have been like super dead serious about my craft.
Yeah.
And that's why my images, I feel like I've reached a point in my shooting that, yeah, sometimes I don't get there.
Right.
But my intention 100% of the time is to get somewhere that's artful.
Yeah.
And I want, if there is nudity or sexuality in my photography, I don't want it to be the star. I want it to be the sport and after. I want something else to be the star.
Right.
That almost, they're like, oh, this is crazy. Then, oh shit, there's nudity. Like, if I can accomplish that, where the nudity's not the seller,
right? I
feel like I've done what I feel like I personally have to do to not cheat.
How can somebody determine a photographer who is more of like a pervert?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It is.
Predators they're chameleons, man. So it's really hard. Like, first of all, photographers it's a fraternity. So there's a lot of guys out there that are like real similar. Yeah. That have a lot of similar kind of like childhoods and high school, and then they get to photography, and then all of a sudden they have access to pretty women that they've never had access to before. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, a lot of those guys, even when they don't think they're being creepy, they're being creepy because it's sexual for them. Right. Again, I was around people since I was out off the court. So it's not new to you. No, it's not new to me. So
do you think some photographers sell images to like porn sites and stuff?
They're busted. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few of them busted doing it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if anybody's ever put my pictures anywhere. Well, let me fucking catch your ass, isn't it? That's why you have to really...
You have to trust the photographer, or you need a signed contract. Honestly, you need to really sign a contract. Like, I know I don't do as much as I should, because I really try... I'm not really doing anything with the pictures except build my portfolio. Like, I'm still keep my skills sharp. Right now, I'm building this business as a profession. Yes. But I'll always do photography because it's something that was given to me. Exactly. I worked really hard to be just good enough at music. Photography was given to me. I just had to tweak it until I got what I want from it. But it was easy. So, I don't ever want to like squander that. And eventually I do want to do it again as a full-time job, but I got to figure out something.
How to make that. Yeah. That's good. Do you have a website? Not anymore. What happened to your website?
I didn't fuck with it too much. Like, I had the whole like Antonio Everett photography with a website. I had that going for a while. Right. I was all into it. That's when I was doing it full time, but it's just a lot to keep up with.
It is a lot to keep up with. What about like submitting to like magazines and stuff? That's a lot to keep up with too within itself. Really?
Yeah. I used to do that. I used to like different, but like I work with Praise Magazine, PRAZ.
Okay, I know who they are.
I fuck with them. Like me and the dude's cool. Like I'll send them over a set. He'll already let me know like yay or nay.
Right.
Then I'll go through the process, man. But like I really appreciate the art they put on their magazine. Like I've seen a lot of the e-mags, and theirs is like I really respect the imagery. There's a lot of really good photographers, right? A lot of really good images that they post.
It really is.
And I bought their magazines before that when I've been in them, and their magazines are really cool too. So
do you feel like being a photographer and modeling, should your goals be to submit your stuff to magazines? Should it be a confidence boost? Like,
I think it's different for everybody. You know, I think
excuse me.
I think everybody's experience and journey is different.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, some people they're happy with just going with their friend and shooting, and they might get in a little e-mag here and there, and
right.
That's what that excites them, gives their confidence, and I think that's amazing.
Okay.
You know, I almost find more satisfaction in that these days than me getting a publication. Like I can't come anymore. Like
yeah, I stopped submitting my work to magazines. Like at first, I was like, "Oh my God, this is so exciting," but now, and I feel like my vision kind of changed a little bit, because nothing was really happening afterwards. So it's not a passion of mine any longer. But yeah.
It can get you some little
exposure
and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not going to do anything big for your career. If you really want to carve a path of modeling, you're going to have to figure out like what you're going to dedicate to it, because it's a full-time job. First of all. Second of all, you got to figure out what your path is, and you got to stick to it. Like a lot of people try to do everything, but it takes so much time and effort.
To try to fit in each lane.
You gotta find your lane, and you gotta, and a lot of it's luck, because there's so many people out there trying to do it.
Yeah. How do you feel about the models in Louisville? Do you feel like the models here are taking the career as a model serious, or is it just a title? Sometimes I feel like it's just a title, but it depends on the person that I come across.
Other question.
Yeah.
And that little juice you gave me is loosening me up. I feel like
he's over like, all right.
I mean, there's some models in Louisville that are doing it for real.
Okay.
But the only reason why I kind of hesitate is because the ones that I know, they have families, and even though they're on the level here in Louisville, if you really want to do it, if you really want to carve and make a mark, you got to be in the bigger city.
Yeah.
You got to be. And so I have to like the asterisk, because I'm like, if they were really, really trying to be serious and kill it, they would have to go to one of the bigger cities where where you could carve your way in. And it's so competitive, and there's so many girls that are so talented.
Yeah. And
boys too, and guys too. Like,
we're competing as far as like men or women, like a female. We're competing with transgenders, gay men, because they're out here fucking killing it. It's not just us. Like the male models, strictly straight men, they're killing it. It's a lot.
You like, I see every now and then I'll see somebody. There was a guy from Nashville. He's very ambiguous, so he could switch between female and male really easily.
Wow.
So he had just a plethora of poses and looks, right? And that's what I'm thinking of. Like some people are hung up on sexuality, and they're like,
yeah.
I'm looking at it from a professional standpoint. Like from a modeling standpoint, he could do anything, because he's got a very effeminate figure, but when he wants to be, he can bring out masculinity.
Exactly.
So he can, and even in the same show, and he's just amazing at what he does.
That's dope.
He can dance, and
you got to bring your modeling up a notch.
And you can tell that he's really serious about it, because now he's going to bigger cities.
Wow. I would love to know who that is. Definitely off camera. Yeah. I had to get him on the pod.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah. Have you worked with him, or?
I did. I helped produce a fashion show that's when I first met him.
Wow.
And then I shot with him, shot the show, and kind of followed his career since then. And he's just, I knew, I mean, I saw him right away. I was like, oh, he's gonna be.
I love watching people, like when I meet them and they're like midway, and then a year later it's like, whoa.
Yeah. He was 18.
That was quick.
He was 18 when I met him.
Wow.
So he was young. He already, like, I was like, psh, it's like, all you got to do is make the right decision. You're in.
Yeah. And he did it.
Yeah.
I love that for him.
You know, yeah, I think somebody is like, that was really serious, going to actually do something for him, got with him. And that's a big part of it is you gotta, you know, it's a lot easier when somebody believes in you.
Yeah.
And pulls you up.
That's true. I love that. So we're going to get back to some of the naughty questions. Do you have a go-to pickup line? This may be corny as hell.
I don't think pickup lines work for real. Like, I might do it out of humor, but if I want to talk to somebody, I just talk to them.
What would you say?
It's like, hello, my name's Natalia. Like, how you doing? Like,
how you doing?
Be like normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Do you think women have a pickup line for you? Like, do you hear the same thing over and over again? They don't? No. Why do you think that is? Intimidating? Probably because your height.
I hear all kinds of stuff, man. Like, but yeah, my height or my size or whatever. But like, I don't get. I mean, if I do get hit on, it's like not by the girls that I find attractive.
Of course not.
So don't work that way for me. I feel like I have to be charming. Like I feel like I got a good personality, so I have to kind of like have the opportunity to kind of show my personality.
Right. For someone to like really be
interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That might be right, because when I first met you, like I said, you was kind of quiet and stern.
I was working.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Sure.
What is your biggest sexual fantasy? And don't say I done already did it all. It's got to be something.
Maybe I already did it all.
No.
The bad things about pushing boundaries is boundaries get pushed.
Right.
So then you got to push boundaries again.
Right.
So if you're a boundary pushing type of person.
So what you are? Ooh.
So I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it for, like, I really don't. Like, my biggest sexual fantasy, I don't know.
I had one before.
Did you fulfill it?
Oh, yes.
So do you feel like
I'm so upset because the person that I fulfilled it with was so mid. One of my fantasies was to have sex in the hospital, come through with a trench coat on, lingerie. I did it.
You did that?
Yeah.
You didn't get arrested?
Well, he was the manager.
Oh,
so we was in his office, but he was so mid, and it was our first time when I got done.
Mid, I'd just be like, it still checks the box. You know
it don't check the box for me, because I was thinking like it was gonna have me pinned over the desk, and I was gonna be like, oh yeah, he was gonna be fucking the shit out of me. He was just like so gentle, and I was just like, bro, I just came up here and you being hella gentle right now. Like, pull my fucking hair. So
my biggest sexual fantasy is being able to have sex with somebody who is caring and considerate and supportive for the rest of my life.
Oh, you're ready for love.
I'm a domesticated person, man. I love being in a relationship. I really do. I just been in a relationship. I just was in a marriage for so long that's hard for me to settle.
Yeah.
So when I see a red flag or whatever, I'm like, I can't put up with that. For this is my second half, right?
What is a red flag for you? Is it multiple things?
It's the energy thing. Like if like I'm a very calm energy person.
Yes.
Like I'm like this. I don't get too high, too low. Like I'm pretty calm. I'm pretty good under pressure. Like I'm a problem solver.
Yes.
But if I'm with somebody who's like energy's like this, right? I can't relax.
Yeah.
It's not peaceful. I can't relax. Like it affects every part of the relationship, the romance and the sex life kind of starts going downhill. You don't long for that person the same because it's like, like.
Yeah.
So
doing too much.
Yeah. So it's an energy thing, right? You gotta be yoked from an energy standpoint. And I'm really picky with that. Yeah. And it sucks because I feel like I'm gonna die, an old man.
I don't think so.
But I was with somebody for a really long time and it didn't work out. And I mean, a really long time.
You just don't want to repeat that same cycle.
I can't. My being won't let me.
Yeah.
So it's just, I got to find that thing.
I got you.
And I don't think you always do.
Yeah. Some of us do.
Some people do for sure.
And some people don't. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you 2 more questions, and then we're going to wrap this video up. Morning sex or evening sex?
Morning sex.
Morning sex. Morning sex is the fucking best.
Yeah, it's the best.
It gets your day going.
It's just what my body likes.
That's what your body likes?
I come a lot quicker in the morning.
Really? Yeah. So you want to come quick?
I mean,
that's man's problem.
My quick is probably not what you think is quick.
What's quick to you?
I like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, that's quick.
But it's not too quick.
Not too quick. Nah, it's like
especially in the morning. Yeah, right before work. Yeah. Ooh, that's actually a good timing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Why do you prefer the mornings?
I just feel like I'm more energetic.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the night, usually I'll be tired. I'm old, man. I'll be tired.
Yeah, you be tired and then you
be tired. Yeah, plus I find it's 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, it's not every time, but like generally. Yeah. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, plus I'm just like horny. Like it just seems like it hits more.
So you just wake up horny? Like, do you, if by yourself, like, damn, shit, that was shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't stay horny in the morning.
I'll be having all the fucking wet dreams. I ain't gonna lie. Damn near every night.
I've never had a wet dream ever.
Really?
They say that like adolescent boys when they have puberty, like they just like ejaculate.
Right.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Never.
I have the wrong time.
That seem real.
That's a wet dream. Wet dream is sex dreams.
Like boys ejaculate.
In your sleep?
Yeah, you learn in school.
Oh, so it's different for you guys. What I meant, like, having sex in your dream.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that for sure. But like, boys have ejaculation in their sleep.
Wow. Oh,
that's what a wet dream is.
Oh, I'm not doing my son's laundry no more. I'm scared. It just happens.
Yeah, when I went to school, they taught it.
I've had dreams before where I was like, woke up and I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, hold up, what the fuck are you doing? That's embarrassing. I'm not even gonna lie. I shouldn't even say that because that's really embarrassing as hell.
What it is.
Would you rather give head in the car or in public?
Would I rather give head in the car?
Give head or get head?
I don't think I can give head in the car.
You don't think so?
I'm too big. There ain't no way.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for you.
I probably could do it, but it would not be comfortable. It would not be something I want to like lock into. Because when I'm doing that, I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like.
Do you think you give good head?
I know I give good head.
Well, how do you know?
Any girl I've been with will tell you that.
I hate when guys say that. Any girl I've been with, no.
I give you receipts.
I wanted a receipt.
I'll show you receipts. No, it's funny because I like it. And I think that's a difference maker for everybody. Like, even when I look getting head, right? Like, if someone likes it, if they truly like it.
Right.
If they're givers, if they're pleasers, oh, it's going to be good.
That's true.
And
that's just like with sucking dick in general. If you don't feel like doing it, you're going to give a shitty.
Plus, I'm a perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay attention to details. I used to be a musician, so I'm good with my hands. Like, I got rhythm. Like, I just know I am, right? Okay. I know I am.
Do you spit in it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes,
not
I mean, like on it.
On it, yeah.
Just,
it's like, yeah.
And then you suck it up, like.
Anything you need, I've never seen.
Okay.
You know what I said? 100 times.
100 times.
100 times.
So bathroom then, that might be your.
I don't want to fuck anybody in the bathroom.
You know?
No.
You don't want to? Why not?
It's just he's going to journey to me for some reason.
Oh my gosh.
No. I mean, I've done it, right? Like,
yeah.
But at this right now, like I got too many options. I don't know. Like the bathroom seems germing.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to sit. You're supposed to do
I mean, it's still a possibility for sure. But so you said a car or a bathroom?
Yeah. You gotta pick one.
I would pick a car.
Okay.
If I have to. It better be a big ass car.
It better be a big ass car.
Sure, it better be a three row one.
I got you. Well, I know you have a photo shoot to go to, so we are not going to keep you any longer because we don't want to do that.
Thank you everybody for having me. It's been interesting.
Yeah. Shout out your social media.
It's on IG. It's _ Antonio Edward _ Check it out. Give me a follow. Give me a like or whatever.
And check out his work, y'all. His work is amazing. When I say like everybody looks different, but everybody looks so good, but your editing style is kind of the same. It's weird. Y'all have to literally go and see how amazing his work is, y'all. I love it. I love it. We got some new work up, some little Christmas work. We're we're going to be working again together sometime next year.
Absolutely.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
It's been an awesome time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And as always, guys, I'm back. Bye, guys.